In closer, the gang's all here from Rorick Chevrolet, and I'm going to have Jason Fennell introduce his starting lineup, and then you're going to meet a man that was listening to News Radio 1020 KDK a few weeks ago and decided to come here to get the Malibu. But before we do that, Jason Fennell.
Thanks, Rob. What we have to my right here is Jen Pratte, a longtime native of Rorick Chevrolet. In addition to that, Larry Mercurio to my left, and was also a longtime employee of Rorick Chevrolet. How long have you been here?
With Chevy, August of 2014, with Rorick since February 2006.
There you go. So we've got a 10 years experience combined here, about 15 years, I think, Jen. You had about 5. So 15 years of experience here at, with Rorick, and come meet the family.
Listen, we're going to have Jen tell you about the Malibu, and then we're going to talk to a guy who heard us on the radio. Jason and I came right down to West Liberty Avenue and got a deal that he's very happy about. But first, what is the Malibu, the 2017 edition? Jennifer, tell him.
The Malibu is the Chevy brand's midsize sedan. It's a top seller. It rates very well against the other midsize sedans in its class. The Chevy Malibu had a redesign a couple years ago. The back end looked like a Camaro. It was the Malibu Limited, and then it was most recently redesigned again to look like the newly redesigned Impala, but a smaller version.
You've got to see the Premier, and we'll talk to Mr. Wallenchuk, who purchased the Premier as well. So it's a phenomenal vehicle, absolutely gorgeous.
Charlie Wallenchuk came down here after listening to Jason and I on the radio this past weekend and got himself a Chevy Malibu. So are you happy with the deal?
It's my wife's car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
She's happy with the
she
deal.
likes it. Yeah, it's a 2.0 with a turbo, and it has enough power and everything. It's all loaded up. Nice car.
And I also see you remember the Vietnam veterans of Pittsburgh, so thank you for your service. We appreciate that. Hey, before you go, Chevrolet, have you been buying Chevys your whole life, or was this a decision just on the sheer fact of hearing about the year-end deals that we were talking about last week?
That's what brought me in. You know, whenever I was hearing about the deals that you had going, it was the last day of it also. So I called my wife and said we got to come.
Doesn't that make you feel good?
Makes me feel great.
That we actually did something positive, so that's a good thing. All right, now, let's kind of go through some of these vehicles. By the way, we're going to show you the incredible Chevy Silverado, but because of the rainy weather today, we decided to save it for another day, but we're going to talk about it because I did a little bit of homework. So let's talk about the crew cab. 4 doors and a gigantic front end. This showpiece is the radiator grille that everybody talks about, which stretches over the front end of the vehicle, just below that massive chrome bumper, providing more rugged styling along those incredible LED fog lights. So talk about the front end of the Chevy Silverado, Jason.
They did a refresh on the front end of the Silverado. First thing we saw when you walk up to it is that front end, and it really sets the tone. It looks fabulous. It more often is coming in a color-keyed bumper and rear bumper, which has been very sought after lately. You can also get it in the chrome, but the color keyed really sets off the front and the back.
All right, 6.2-liter V8 engine. Larry, talk about the engine.
The 6.2-liter V8 engine in the Silverado it's the same motor that they use in the Sierra Denali's. It's the same motor that they use in the Cadillac Escalade. It derives actually from the Corvette. The towing on it is just amazing. And to be honest with you, it's not too bad on gas for having the horsepower that it does. I mean, I've got people that have the 6.2 that claim they get, gas mileage that starts with a 2 on the highway, which isn't too bad for something pulling that kind of power.
All right, ABS, they've got airbags, parking sensors, blind spot monitoring system. We've talked about that in other vehicles, but explain that to the audience, Jason, who may not know what that is.
Right, we have talked about it on the radio a little bit. Blind spot monitoring is somewhat of a new technology. It's an audible and or a visual in your mirror, in your side view mirrors, that if you're not signaling, it will blink on if there is somebody in your blind spot. If you have a hesitation to not look at the same time as you get over, which you shouldn't do anyways, but this will give you a nice visual if should you have somebody in that spot.
All right, comfortable seating, 5 adults, cabin is spacious and also has MyLink with an 8-inch touchscreen display. Full leather interior, Wi-Fi, 4G LTE, Android and Apple CarPlay, the latest generation satellite navigation, USB ports, Bluetooth, and digital radio. So it has it all. It is the 2017 Chevy Silverado. Okay, tell them about the Rorick Advantage, Jennifer.
The Rorick Advantage is something we talk about every weekend on the show with Rob, and every customer that comes into the door, we try to explain it within a couple minutes, but The Rourke Advantage is pretty unique. The customer will receive, if it's a new vehicle, a lifetime guarantee of the engine that's backed by the owner, lifetime oil changes up to 4 a year, filter changes, loaner vehicles when you come in for service over a couple hours worth of service, and car washes. So over 5 years, it's a value for both new and used cars of about $2,200.
Don't forget about peace of mind, 3-day
Peace of
return
mind.
policy as well.
All right, listen, we're going to get to some of the vehicles you're going to see in the next couple of weeks, but I want to begin with what I have just finished driving, the Chevy Impala.
Right, the Impala that Rob was driving, the 2017 Chevy Impala. It's got the V6 engine in it. It's got all the creature comforts that I know that Rob had fun with experiencing over the last week or so. It's got, both of them have touchscreen navigation, sunroof, leather, heated seats in the front, room, plenty of room. I mean, it's a considered large car, which is bigger than the mid-size segment in Malibu, and the ride is just luxurious. It really feels like you're in a vehicle that's probably a lot more expensive than what you actually would pay.
All right, Larry, you're up now. We're going to talk about the Equinox, the best-selling crossover SUV in the market today. Tell them about the Equinox.
The Chevy Equinox is actually probably our best seller here at Rourke. Available all-wheel drive, plenty of room. Actually, the Equinox has more second rear leg room than a top end, which is a much bigger vehicle. All the creature comforts, you can get one with the blind spot monitors, leather, heated seats, navigation, pretty much anything that you would want in it. And interior space, fuel economy, and just the overall styling. I mean, the Equinox really does, it's an eye catcher for sure.
You can tell this guy's been around the Chevy bow tie for a while. Well done, Larry. Okay, next couple of weeks, we're going to be showing you the Trax and the Sonic. So let's begin with the Trax, Jenny.
The Trax is the latest in the lineup of Chevy SUVs. It's small. It's kind of the brother car to the Buick Encore. It has, I think, over a 50% growth since last year in sales. You can get it in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. It's 4-cylinder. It gets great gas mileage, and it's a great size vehicle.
And up next, it is the Sonic. We just filmed a video just a little while ago, Jason and I. This is an incredible vehicle. I think you're going to like the colors too, black and gold. Tell them that.
So the Sonic actually shares a lot of components with the Chevy Cruze, which is probably also one of our most popular cars. Same engine and transmission configurations, a very reliable vehicle. You can get it in the 5-door hatchback, which basically doubles the cargo capacity inside of the Sonic. And they even have a new RS appearance package Sonic that comes with red stitching in the interior, red floor mats, touchscreen, heated seats, remote start, push button start. I mean, we're talking about things you get in a car that costs upwards of $30,000 for not even near that. So an incredible value in Sonic.
Janet just whispered in his ear, Jason Fennell, we got a deal brewing, so we got to go. And I hope that you'll make time to come on down and see the entire team that is Rourke Chevrolet. And I hope you'll join us Saturdays at 8 a.m. for the Rourke Automotive Hour on News Radio 1020 KDK. We'll see you later tonight on Rob Pratte Tuesday night, beginning at 7 on News Radio 1020 KDK. Have a good evening, everybody.